Hey everybody, I fell down another plot hole. Welcome back to Majora's Mask, and we are fighting a what the fuck is this thing?
Oh, that's from Ocarina.
It's a
Yep.
pea hat.
It's the only time you fight one.
Pea hats.
Basically, you're gonna want to swerve to like the left or the right, and either like you can slash it. Jump slashing is again doubly effective, or you could just like I said, slash it and thrust it.
You're essentially fighting the same way you did in Ocarina at a time.
This one just has a lot more health.
Slashing it right in the clit.
That said, pea hats in fucking Ocarina at a time scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that was my first time.
I was fucking just crawling around Hyrule Field, and then this thing finally gets up from the ground and just starts spinning towards me. It's like, what the fuck did I do?
Do you ever see the other ones where they go way up in the air and then they launch little ones at you?
Yeah, I have, actually.
No, John.
This poor pea hat gets stuck in a cave, and your instinct is to kill it.
Hey, it swung first.
No, John, I can't answer that question. What did you do? Exist.
Yeah. I mean, that was enough.
Now we gotta haul ass because the Takuri bird is chasing me for a little bit. That bird over there by the Lon Lon Ranch, his Takuri bird, he's in cahoots with the Curiosity Shop owner.
Yeah.
That thing could steal valuable items like your bottles or even your sword. Now,
Yeah.
if you lose any of that shit, you just go back in time and say, hey, fuck you, Birdo.
Yeah. If not,
Oh, I almost forgot.
if not, you have to buy it back from the Curiosity Shop.
That being said, we're going to need to get a few extra rupees because I almost forgot about the Deku already. But let's get a little backstory here.
Y'all could draw?
They vandalized this tree.
Who are they going to tell? The tree police?
Tell.
Tattle and tail. Snitching.
Hey.
This is my other companion, Snitch and Stitch.
Oh, you got the golden stitch from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
that was a
absolutely.
little orb that flies.
Yeah.
And you got Stitched, a little blue alien from Hawaii.
And he got stitched.
No,
When-
he's from space. He
When
just
the golden
lives in
Stitch
Hawaii.
fucking
He's
lodged
from
in their forehead because
But-
they didn't see it coming.
No, he's from space. He just lives in Hawaii.
You may as well be from Hawaii.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say he might as well be from Hawaii at this point. Yes, I would agree.
Ha! Suffer.
Jesus Christ, I
Sees a homeless person. Just points and laughs at him. Like, that's you right now.
Could it be me?
Just get a home loser, dabs, and leaves.
If you're homeless, just buy a house.
It's so
See, but
fucking...
this is so sweet, though. They see him.
It's also important that it also lets us see the different side of Skull Kid rather
Yeah.
than
he's
the
sad,
obnoxious
he's
prankster we get.
crying, and
Now
they're
he's
just
happy.
having fun, and then what happened? Pink Diamond leaves.
You know,
This is so unfair.
I think the show's trying to tell me something.
yeah,
here.
it's so unfair.
Do you think-
You had me right up until the end.
Do you think Pink Diamond's an asshole?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
There's,
again,
there is
Pink Diamond is Ganon.
there is further nuance to this you can get later by doing certain
Yeah.
side quests.
And pink is the color of an anus.
It's a pink diamond.
Let's do crimes and play a flute. Oh, that's the recorder from Zelda 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it is.
And then one day,
You
fucking
put on the mask.
ransacked the mask salesman and took Majora's Mask from his collection.
And then we found you.
And that was just a couple of hours ago, actually.
You didn't care who I was till I stole the mask.
No one cared who I was until I put on the mask. What
I'm gonna
the
get a
fuck?
quick 20 rupees real
This,
quick. That's just a
this
choo-choo.
is the choo-choo. This is the first game where they appear.
No, not.
Choo-choos?
The choo-choos were originally the green monsters in Link to the Past that shocked you when you hit them with anything under the level 4
Were they
sword.
choo-choos?
Yes, they were.
okay,
the choo-
okay.
I think they were the choo-choos
They
in the game.
were.
Yeah.
Why do I want to slurp them up with a straw?
Okay, so because I remember reading the choo-choos, like, technically debuted here, but it's so weird because their faces are so face for radio.
I mean, I don't know if they actually were the choo-choo or not, because there's always been a slime monster, even in Zelda 1.
But
You
those,
had the little-
those weren't called choo-choos.
No, they
though.
weren't called choo-choo, but they were a slime monster.
They were a slime monster.
Yeah, that's why. So I don't remember if
we
they...
have phones and
Yeah.
today's
I'm
modern
checking
age.
right now.
Yeah.
I swear every playthrough we do, at some point we forget that we can just look up answers of things.
No, but that's the coward's way.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. My phone is for pictures. My phone is for
I
cat pictures and porn.
Will gladly take an hour just to remember Thunder Lips from Rocky.
Okay,
You know.
no, they're just called slimes.
They're just called slimes in the other games.
In Link to the Past, they're called slimes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Choo-Choo, the name Choo-Choo debuted in Majora's Mask.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, even in Zelda 1, there was
cool.
a slime
So-
monster, but they weren't choo-choos.
So Matt found the hole.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I finally made. I finally hit third base.
It was
So proud
hidden
of
in the
you.
bush.
Find your penis. $1. Find your penis.
No way, Elliot. You still owe me $1 because you never found mine.
I don't remember that.
I don't know if that's an insult or not.
I mean, if it's a
why,
dollar,
but I thought
if it's
that was a fake
Matt,
groupie for a second. That was
if you're
blow up in
struggling,
your
bro,
face.
you can just
That's what I
ask.
thought, too.
Yeah.
I did ask you. You never found it. You owe me $1 back.
I mean, for money.
Who just leaves 20 rupees in a field?
You can find those
It's
two.
got to be a trap.
To be fair, there was like this one time I was waiting for the bus to get to college,
Yeah.
and then there was just a $100 bill on the street, and it was
Fuck it,
real.
we take those.
We take those dubs.
That's a win we take.
Yeah,
Dubs.
He did take it.
So, and what I
turn that
do
in
with that $100, I bought lunch with it.
That's a big lunch.
Not the entire thing.
Yeah,
the
okay.
fuck?
Spent it all at once. Like, what the
sounds
fuck?
I only want to Fogo to challenge that. And that's probably why the hell he's never learned how to be responsible with money.
I never went there to Fogo
You know what's
de
really
Chao.
interesting here?
You ever went there? It's awesome.
This game has like bad bats and keys. I think they have keys in this game too, as well as bad bats.
Well,
So-
hold on. Aren't they the same though? Because Keese was always what they called bats. And
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
yeah.
there's bats and then there's bad bats, like these things, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
different sprites and all.
Oh,
Yeah,
you see, because I always like, because like eventually you'll get like the bats that are on fire or they're on ice.
Yeah.
That sort
Yeah,
of
they
thing.
were like
but
ice
I always,
keys
but they were
and
like they're
fire
fire
keys.
keys and ice keys. Yeah, that's what
Yeah, that's what they actually are.
There are vines obscured by that shit. If you
Well,
go ahead and you take them out
It should
there,
be said, actually, if you want to hear me for a second. When you Z-target something and you do the Navi thing, Tattle will give you info on them, but she's way snippier with the commentary.
well, it depends because it's like if it's a new enemy exclusive to this, like the Goron, what the fuck were those things called? The Nedgerons or the those snow monsters and Snowhead.
Yeah,
She'll
yeah.
speak to you normally.
What the fuck does Tom Bergeron have to do with this?
Nedgeron, not Tom Bergeron.
Oh, I thought he was saying little small anime figures that you could change their
That's
faces.
the-
No, those are
Those are
Nendroids.
Nendoroids.
Nendoroids,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
Common
Okay.
mistake happens to everybody.
Those are something different.
But
Is
yeah,
there- is there a
if
tingle
you, if you
Nendoroid?
if you Z-target an enemy that was already in Ocarina, Tattle's commentary will be like, "How do you not know what this guy is already?"
You fucking
God.
moron.
Average gamer. Tattle's an average gamer.
Stupid,
Got it.
stupid limp dick
God.
gamer bitch.
What do you mean you weren't born with this information?
You should have known better.
What do you mean you're new to this?
That's no excuse. Fuck you. Anyway,
Hi.
the Deku's will keep respawning, so you can like see if you can kill them for whatever you need. This will come into play very shortly. I wish it was a little faster, but whatever.
Owl statues are for teleportation, well, quick travel and quick saves, right?
Quick
Yes.
saves in the 3DS version.
There are quick saves here too, but
Are they? Okay.
Are they fast travel points?
they're yes,
Yes.
but
Oh,
they're
okay.
also quick saves. But however, the if you quick save with them, you kind of you'll end your game right now.
Yeah,
and then when you
it's,
boot it up, you'll lose the save. It's a temp
Right.
save.
It's a temp save.
Okay.
It's a glorified save state.
It's a suspend point, but you
Okay.
literally suspend the game immediately
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
You know, which I never really found use for, like growing up in games that had suspend points, because it ended the game immediately after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's basically for like when you want to save your game and stop playing without doing the song and time.
But the
thing.
problem
Yeah.
is, it's like in those kind of games, turning the console off erases the save point.
yeah.
Like it is a temp save as long as the game remains on. But the
No.
thing is that do you remember fucking Final Fantasy games, the PlayStation 1?
Oh, yeah, you're talking about those games. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm talking from my experiences. A game that had a temp save feature required that the game remain on to keep the save state, because you were essentially saving the game into the console's RAM, which wasn't much. Like back in the day, it could only hold one save file at a time, so it required the game to remain on. But when I'm done saving a game for the day, like I'm turning the game off.
Which
Yeah.
game requires you to keep it on? I've never seen
Any
that.
game from like the PlayStation 1 era that had a temp save feature. I'm talking about
Memo saves.
if you didn't have like a memory card or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
It
that's
required that you have
Yeah.
the game still remain on, because the moment it
Well-
turned off, the temp save was gone.
Because there were things like Vandal Hearts.
Yeah.
Vandal Hearts had a thing where you had two save files, and then that was a strategy RPG. So that in the middle of the battle, you could in-game save, and when you would in-game save, it would save and shut the game off.
Yeah.
So like you'd be able to turn it off, and when you reloaded that file, it loaded it and then deleted it.
Yeah.
So it was not really it was basically a save position, and
Yeah.
then when you went back into it,
Yeah.
it removed like if you loaded it back up and then died,
Yeah.
you had to start at the beginning. You couldn't load that up again.
Exactly.
Anyway, welcome to this version of the Lost Woods. You have to follow this chimpanzee around to the best that you can, or you could just like exit the screen and hope like how you.
But at the
find
very
your
least, you
adventure.
have something to follow.
What's
Right.
with the Master Oogways?
The monkeys.
No, the turtles.
Oh, the turtles. Those are snappers.
Affleck.
Right. Basically, in order to kill them, you need Deku Link. You have to dig yourself into a Deku flower, and as they come over you,
you go from under.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You uppercut them.
Damn.
It's satisfying.
That's a hell of a haymaker. Now I know it's 1 p.m., but we're gonna still like give ourselves a few extra minutes of leeway here. Then we're gonna like cut all the way back to Clocktown.
They just admit themselves to be hags.
Yeah, right. Also,
This is also the.
They were in Ocarina.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're gonna find a lot of characters, character models specifically
Yeah.
reused from Ocarina of Time, but they're
what the
different.
fuck?
But they're different characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
so they look.
shit.
So they
Intermission.
look like the people that you think.
Yeah.
But they're actually different. Kind of like what your brain does when you dream about stuff. I'm not letting it go.
You know what?
This sounds like a good idea.
I did just fuck up there because I spoke to Koume without the reading the prerequisite flag, so she never like said anything about needing help or medicine or anything.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
she didn't do it because I was the Deku. But we're gonna just do a quick jump cut here. We'll see you guys in a few back at Clocktown.
Whoa! What was in that brownie?
Anyway, welcome back, folks. We've now managed to restore the time flow, and we get some weird development here.
What is that?
Look at that chin. That's amazing.
That's a cipher chin. You can cut a diamond
I
on
just
that
like the
thing.
postman's head just shifts upwards to
Yeah.
insinuate talking. It's like.
Now, after this stage, you gotta let him leave,
Yeah.
and then talk to her with Cafe's mask.
Just put it out. It's like
And
you're
that's the
wearing
next step
you're
of that.
wearing the mask of her future husband. It's like, oh, I see you two are looking for my husband. That's like the first thing you say when you see someone wearing the face of your husband.
Yeah.
I see you two are looking for my
I have
husband.
I have a lot of unsettled questions.
Now we're gonna slow back time down once again, and we're gonna go all the way back to the swamp because we're not back here until like 11:30. See you then.
You know, if
Not at 11:30. We'll see you back at the swamp. again.
Link, you're moving a lot faster.
yeah, from their perspective, isn't he moving
You're
at
zooming.
Super,
Yeah,
twice
you are
the
zooming.
speed?
You are the fucking Flash.
I am speed.
They call me Link Miller.
It's the flag the first time. You've got to either talk to the hag there, or you got to talk to her as a human.
Yeah, don't. There you go. Oh, never mind. You're a human.
Why did the monkey like
Sure.
chirping?
Oh, I thought
Dig
that
in.
was the opening to a joke.
No.
Batting slaps.
Now, here's the thing, though. She drops the line here that kind of gives you a hint on another side quest. Well, not so much a side quest, but an item you can find with a different mask. She's talking about it being in this forest, like looking for mushrooms to pick. If you come back here with the pig's mask, I think it
Sense,
was.
the mask of sense.
The mask of scent. It's just the pig mask. You can find those mushrooms yourself by sniffing them out.
You'll
Wait.
give them, and you can basically give them to her.
Yeah.
She'll give you one free of house, but then afterwards she'll charge you for them.
Yeah.
Of course,
it's
you
like
know-
a truffle pig.
Yeah. Yeah, essentially.
Unfortunately,
That's
this effect is useful up until never, because by the time you really need the blue potion, you're gonna come across a Deku scrub that just sells them for 100 rupees.
Yeah. And I think it has no relation to like the progression of the character too.
Yeah.
Hey, get out of here, Deku Scrub.
By the way, I like how
kind here. Oh my god, it transformed into a kid. These mushrooms are good.
seeing Komi and Kataka just being shopkeepers here, like considering Link is well endowed with what happens with 7 years later with them, is like kind of bafflingly surreal. I think it's probably because like 7 years in the future, you seal Ganondorf away in the nexus between times.
Yeah.
They can't, latch on to their kid anymore, so they're
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Are they the same two old ladies? Do they share the same names?
yeah, Komi and Kataka.
Yeah. So it's like considering like every other character in this game that is originally from Ocarina of Time, it's just a different character except these two.
Yeah,
Like they're the kind of like the link between
worlds.
Yeah, I was gonna say like trying to finish the sentence there.
Well,
Maybe it's like
Yeah,
because of
that
their
much.
magic, their consciousness exists beyond time, so they'll always be the same
Yeah.
version of themselves.
I was also kind of hoping you just drink it in front of her face.
well, remember,
I would have, but
sing-
we're for time.
remember, a single person can walk past a murderer like every 39 times in their lifetime.
I think parents feel that when they see the murderer of their dreams, their kids. Oh,
I don't know if that's
Now she's good to go with, but we now get ambushed by the chimpanzees.
Why does their chirping remind me of the monkeys from Crash 3?
Because the stock sound effect.
Okay.
Now we get a clue to help out their brother who's lost in the temple. Like I said, I was going to do anything about that.
You let me on a wild goose chase. You could suck my ass.
So this entire lead up is like essentially like veering us towards our first dungeon.
Yeah.
Which is Woodfall, right?
Yeah.
I was blanking on the name of it. But yeah. So we can start doing that stuff now. We're not going to.
Yeah, we got a few other things to take
So
care
here's
of.
the thing, folks. Just for frame of reference, I know this is kind of an old pool, so forgive me. And I also think that Let's Play is really old and antiquated and you shouldn't watch it. But our original Zelda 1 Let's Play.
God.
Ocarina?
No,
No, the
Zelda,
first Zelda.
Zelda 1. Yes, this is years ago, 2012, 2013. You remember when I was playing that game, I did a lot of fucking shit before even going into the first dungeon. And I remember Matt like had the great line of like, John is really scared of the first dungeon because he's doing all this shit beforehand. But no, like before the first dungeon, because I knew I could do it, like I saved up enough rupees to get the blue ring. I got enough hearts to go get the white sword.
Yep.
And there were a couple of other like incidentals I was able to get all before the first dungeon because I knew I could.
Yeah.
You know, Majora's Mask is
Same
probably the same thing, but like 3 times as bad because
There's just so much
there
more
are things
stuff.
you can get. Like,
Yeah.
no, not that Matt's probably not going to get everything that you can before Woodfall.
Oh,
but
I can.
But he's going to get what he usually gets before the first temple. What does that usually encompass with you specifically, Matt? Like, what do you like to have before you head into Woodfall for the first time?
Whatever I need.
Whatever you need. So I'm assuming.
Put it this way: what is your inventory and your hearts going to look like when you finally do the dungeon?
Pretty much this.
Oh, so you're not that far off.
Yeah.
Okay. Ow.
Yeah. So this is this giant Octorok blocks the path to the Deku. What was it? Deku Village.
Deku Kingdom.
Deku Kingdom. And you have to take the boat tour in order to ram it and to get it out of the way.
Okay.
Right. Later on, however, you can just shoot an arrow right at it.
Yeah. Yeah, we do not have the means to deal with the Octorok ourselves, which is why we have to take the boat tour.
Now, here's the thing. The water isn't even poisonous. It'll hurt Link as long as you're in it. The Deku can't swim, as you've probably already seen in the video by now, but you get at least 5 quick hops.
Yeah.
Jamie's seen to.
Yeah. Again, this soundtrack is fantastic.
And now we got to go back through here. We get the... I'm about to cut myself off here.
And
Long story short, we're going to make our way straight to the back to the king.
do you have access to the other dungeons?
If you have the means to get there,
Yep.
yes.
I mean, at this point.
Oh, no.
No.
Can you just
You need
walk
to-
into one of the
you
other
need-
dungeons?
You can't get in the Great Bay without Epona.
You can't
Okay.
get into Snowfall without a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
you
so
can't get into
everything
Epona
is-
without the hook shot.
All right,
Yeah.
so it's set up there. So I was going to make, because you made a comment about Zelda 1, and one of the things I always say about Zelda 1 is that it was the earliest open world game.
Yeah.
And I always say that, and part of the reason is not only can you do a lot before you even go into the first dungeon, you don't actually have to fight the first dungeon. Outside of I think 2 or 3 of them, you can actually go into any dungeon you want at any point.
Yeah.
So I always consider Zelda to be the first open world game technically that I've ever played. It's just,
Yeah.
very small comparatively.
Comparatively speaking, yes.
Now we got to haul ass through this garden here, and let's try to be pressed for time.
Which,
here.
granted,
It's not. Sorry.
granted,
It's
like,
not hard to do per se. It's
Yeah.
just that I kind of stumbled a bit here on my test playthroughs. So
okay.
we're just doing this just so that we could save the time.
So yeah, in this game, you can't really do any dungeon in any order you want.
Yeah,
it's not Link Between Worlds. In that,
yeah,
in
there's
that
just a
sense.
lot of open world stuff
Yeah.
you can do, or outside stuff you can do before you
Yeah.
actually tackle. But the dungeons themselves are still in a linear fashion.
If you want to make this sequence a little easier for yourself, you do it at night.
Yeah. Afterwards, their noses become searchlights, which will give you
Yeah.
an idea of what they're going to be
Their
looking
field
at.
of vision, essentially. It gives you an exact idea of what their field of vision is like. So as long as you don't cross the beam, they'll never see you. Their peripheral vision is also really shit.
And their hearing is
Okay.
bad.
It's essentially a straight line. So think like the goons from the original Metal Gear.
I was just gonna say Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
had the little, which that's an area that
Yeah.
I don't mind that as a mini game.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that as a mini game. Don't make it the main thing that you do.
Yeah.
Don't throw it into main game all of a sudden.
So,
Now.
what was the patch of dirt there for?
You need to plant beans.
Oh yeah, it's where you
Oh, the
this
beans.
is actually where you go. This is another returning character from Ocarina of Time.
The beans.
The beans.
Here's
salesman.
also the thing about him. Not only does he give you this, the game also gives you a check to let you know that you're certified to use a magic bean. So in the future, you just gotta find the bean salesman later on for the Deku, and you can go right into it.
He marks your hand like the bank teller, essentially.
Okay.
Like there's a certified beansman. I don't know what that means.
All right,
So-
now that we
so-
got that done and taken care of,
So was he
it
a-
is almost 6 o'clock.
So he's a beanery then?
Yeah.
Beanery?
Yeah. You know, like a winery?
place.
Yeah. Place that sells beans.
Yeah.
Fart vendor.
Ooh.
Oh, watch out, Matt.
Oh, I thought you were leaving.
I am.
Okay.
Oh,
so just-
then you could have just
Speed
called
strat.
about the first one.
Oops.
Yeah, exactly speedrun strat. We're gonna anti-stealth warp.
how many hops was it? 5?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
I almost forgot to do something.
It's like a Three Stooges sound effect when you fall into the water.
You're also kind of like the one and only source of humor in this game sometimes.
Fuck, I'm depressed.
There's some humor. Yeah.
I'll make you laugh. You're gonna die in 3 days.
What's the deal with airline food?
Don't.
Because he turned.
Turn facing you. Yeah.
Did you see me? I turned left. If we would have turned right, you wouldn't have gotten seen.
That's
Yeah.
great, but you also saved the prime minister.
The prime river for pizza.
That's what I think of every time I think of Prime River Propecia.
Now, there's 2 ways you can go after this piece of heart. You can go about it this way, or you could just drop on in from the 2nd floor. I don't really want to waste that time.
Wow, I gotta say, Zelda's
This is essentially a retelling, not a retelling, but like a redo of the
Shadow Moses.
No. Ocarina, yeah, this is essentially Shadow Moses. No, the fucking when you're sneaking past the Hylian guards in a Hyrule Castle.
surveillance cameras.
And they're just like friggin'
It's in the shape of a Deku scrub, but like the lens, the mouth is the camera lens.
Yeah.
That's actually adorable. I would love to have that.
Oh, what, like a ring, but
Like
it's,
no, like a surveillance camera, but it's in that's shaped as a
Ooh.
Deku scrub, but the
Yoink.
lens is inside where the mouth is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean the
But yeah, that you have it like on your door
Yeah.
as like the ring camera,
Yeah.
but the camera
Hey.
itself is inside
Is it
the
the little Deku
I
scrub.
like it.
I like
It's
to imagine
adorable, but
after
you also don't realize that I'm watching you.
I also kind of like to imagine like these Deku scrubs have infinite patience. Like we just threw you out 3 times, and you keep going in areas you're not supposed to. Speaking of going in areas we're not supposed to, we'll see you guys next time when we go high above, and then hopefully try to talk to the monkey guy. See you then.
It's the monkey guy.
the monkey guy.
The monkey guy.
Monkey
The monkey guy?
man.